All right, bro, this is going to be real talk. Your vices will be your downfall as a man in today's world. If you cannot learn to control yourself, if you cannot learn to sacrifice the things that you find pleasurable in the moment, you will not last. You will not last. You will not make it to the top. You will not reach your potential. A lot of you seem to think that waking up, early, getting in the cold shower, getting to the gym, making sure you're tracking your macros is just so hard. It's just so difficult. It's a punishment. Essentially, you see it as a punishment. And the reason why you see it as a punishment, the reason why you think it's so hard is because of the fact that it's in comparison to these other activities that give you so much dopamine, that give you such a quick hit, that give you so much like good feeling that of course doing the thing that's delayed gratification, going to the gym, counting your macros, being in a deficit so that you can actually get abs and actually do something worthwhile and actually not be fat is too hard. You think it's too hard, but the only reason that is because of these vices and addictions standing in your way. So this is why I always talk so much about eliminating these things, is because when you get rid of them, it makes way for your brain to now adapt and regulate to just living real life and getting pleasure out of real life activities that level you up. So it's like, imagine you're addicted to essentially a game that is self-destructive, a game that literally lowers yourself and lowers your vibration. Well, what you do is you need to get rid of that game. You have to replace the entire operating system. And the way that you do that is you cut out the alcohol, you cut out the porn, you cut out the weed, you cut out the video games and all the distractions. And you replace that with a system that will allow you to now make progress automatically. This is why I do what I do. This is why I've been able to get the body that I have, especially as a natural lifter, is because I've actually put in the work, because I've actually eliminated a lot of the shit that other people aren't willing to do. The reason I was able to cut down and lose, 20, 30 pounds of fat and get ripped was because I was cutting out a lot of these things. I was cutting out a lot of these addictions. And that was back in the day when I really wasn't even on point. I wasn't even that on point as, I am now. It's like I wasn't even as into this as I am now in terms of my personal development. So it's like, if you want to get to that place, it's all about becoming the right type of person, right? If you want the results, everybody wants the quick results these days. That's the problem. And I do too. Like I'm an impatient person, so I want results fast, but you have to remember, it doesn't just come from chasing the result. It comes from becoming the right type of person who's capable of getting that result. And that happens when you're able to eliminate distraction, get rid of the things that would cause your downfall, right? So many of us are going to be this weekend. Let's just say it's Friday, okay? You're going to be going out to the bars. You're going to be getting drunk. You're going to wake up the next day. It's going to be, who knows, 9, 10 o'clock when you wake up. You're going to feel like shit. Another weekend. And it's like, oh my God, like wake the fuck up, dude. Like you cannot continue to live this way and think that you're going to reach your potential as a man. And what else do you want to do? What else would you rather do? I mean, if we really get into it and we're really being honest, the reason why a lot of us are addicted to these things is just simply due to the fact that we have so many problems in our lives right now and we're just trying to cover it up. We're just trying to make ourselves feel good, right? That's what these things are. They're painkillers. That's what they always tell you. They always tell you in marketing, sell painkillers, right? Don't sell vitamins. So me sitting here and trying to help you understand that the true path forward that works is that of eliminating those painkillers is a hard message for you to receive because it's going to be hard. You're going to have to feel that pain. And it's a hard thing to face. I'm not going to lie. It is. But what's harder? Continuing down that path of covering up your pain and getting to the point where you're 40, 50, 60, 70, and you've made no progress and you look back and you just feel so much regret because you didn't actually do what you were sent here to do. We all have a mission. And by you covering up your pain and by you trying to avoid the real problems in your life, you are denying yourself the benefits that would come and the growth that would come from accepting that mission. So the reality is, if you want to become that kind of guy, you must eliminate these vices because it will be your downfall. You will see guys out there, who have a lot of money, who may have the hot chicks and they have a Lambo and they're still doing cocaine, they're still drinking every single night. Okay, is that your definition of success? Is material items the definition of your success? Because for me, it's not. It's about the type of man that I can be and the example I am to other people. Because if I am a rich guy, okay, and I've got plenty of money and every single weekend I'm going out, I'm doing drugs, I'm drinking alcohol all the time, I'm not playing a character that other people can look up to and inspire to that will actually help the human race, right? Like People are so like subjective in terms of the way that they think. It's like, bro, you need to become an example of somebody that you respect and that other people can respect. Because, for example, when I started to get into the gym and I started to really get serious about my personal development, that had a network effect. That has a network effect because look, I'm able to come on here on camera and talk about my message and my lifestyle. This would have never happened if I wasn't able to give up a lot of these things that you aren't willing to give up right now. Like if I was still jacking off to porn, if I was still drinking every single day like I used to, if I was still, binge watching the latest TV episode all day and just not being productive, it's like, bro, what the fuck? Like I would not be able to be on this camera and talk to you, right? Because I wouldn't have any information or any wisdom or anything to share or any inspiration to give because I wouldn't be in that place. So by you quitting these vices, it's not just about you. It's about the fact that you are going to impact the world in a positive place. Like we need more people to be living this lifestyle. We need more people because the world is full of degeneracy, right? And that's what they want because they know if they can keep you locked into these vices, if they can keep you drinking the alcohol every single weekend, if they can keep you, on the weed, lowering your testosterone, fucking frying your brain cells and overeating all the time and keeping you fat and lazy, guess what? You're so easy to control, bro. You are so easy to control. They can just plant messages in your mind all day long. You're just a zombie. You're just like a slave walking around. So do you want to be that, or do you want to be the example of a guy who breaks out of that, breaks out of the matrix, and basically becomes an example that other people can look up to, and who is successful, but is also not one of these guys who's, successful, but a degenerate? Because that's not the true meaning of success. Like my version of success is, yes, of course, results will come. Yes, of course, having the money, having the girl, having the physique, that is the end result. That's the byproduct. But what real success is it's about you becoming the guy that you honestly, like if you're honest and you look at yourself in your mirror and you look at your day and you look at everything that you're doing in life, you honestly feel a sense of fulfillment and pride, right? You honestly feel that level, and other people around you see that and they come to you. They come to you and they want to learn what it is that you're doing because they want to see that level of success for themselves. They want to see that happiness, that inner peace that you get. And they want to adopt that discipline lifestyle where it's like, bro, the disciplined lifestyle is honestly the most fulfilling lifestyle. You think it's going to be so hard, to give up your bad habits. You think it's going to be so hard to count your calories and count your macros and go to the gym and progressive overload. Bro, those are the gifts, bro. Those are gifts. Those are gifts because that is where you get the most fulfillment, right? That's where you get that feeling of fulfillment is from doing the hard work. You're so obsessed with instant gratification. Like all you want is the good feeling now, and you will get it. If you continue with these vices, you'll get it. Sure. You will. You'll get that instant gratification, but you feel like shit the next day. You feel like shit. You always regret it. You always regret it. And do you want to continue to live a life of regret, or do you want to like move toward a life of actual long-term delayed gratification where you feel fulfilled every day just doing the work? Just doing it. Like I get a feeling of fulfillment every single day I wake up just by doing the work. Just by following my daily routine. If I can look on that wall up there and see my habit tracker and I can see that everything's checked off for the day, that's what I think is a success, right? Because I've done what I can for the day in terms of my daily actions. I have stayed away from the vices. I've stayed away from the things that would lower my vibration and make me feel like shit and, be sending that out to everyone, my family, my girl, and everything like that. If I can manage to do that, I am a success for that day. And all these outer, bigger results you want are all just a culmination of your days anyway. So if you can make your day solid, if you can make it airtight and you can continue down that path, bro, you can't lose. You literally can't lose, right? You can't lose. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to really say to like get you to understand this concept, but it's like, this is the only way, bro. It's the only way. If you continue with these vices, you won't make it out. You won't. Even if somehow you magically get the discipline, right? You magically have the discipline to, get shredded. All of a sudden you're able to build a business, even if you have all those things, because you won't have internal peace. You won't have that internal peace, right? You only get internal peace from doing hard things with delayed gratification and feeling that sense of fulfillment and overcoming that hardship, right? Overcoming that hardship and doing that thing you didn't want to do. That's just the reality of it, bro. Like an example, I'll give you an example. So, when it comes to these vices, it's like we never learn from them, right? So when I was out at the other day, me and my girl were taking a hike or whatever. I have these boots that I wear sometimes. They're not really like hiking boots. They're more like dress boots. So we're out there walking around, I'm running and stuff. And, The next day, I had an experience before where I wore them out when I was hiking, and the next day my back was just like wrecked. But I did it again, right? I did it again because I was like, oh, well, it's not going to be that bad. So I did it the next day. So yesterday, when I woke up, my back was just so fucked up, bro, that I literally could not even go to the gym. I tried to get up, I tried to move, I could barely even bend over. And it's like, bro, this is the same thing that's happening with your vices. You just keep doing it over and over again, thinking that it's going to be different this time. It's not going to happen this time. I'm not going to feel regret this time. And all you think about is that initial high. All you think about is that big dopamine spike you get. And that's it. But you have to remember and visualize how you feel later on, right? When I visualize how bad my back was hurting, I'm not ever wearing those boots on a hike again, bro. Like, I was down bad. It hurt bad. And it's like the same thing happens when you drink alcohol. Visualize the end outcome. It's you in the next day waking up feeling like shit, having just literally dropped your testosterone, fried your brain cells, and not being able to be productive and be present and serve for the people around you. So take that into consideration when you're thinking about quitting your vices, and understand that it's not just for you, it's also for everyone else around you. And if you really want to reach that high level of fulfillment and personal development within yourself, you cannot do that while also simultaneously trying to cover up the pain and the problems in your life via all these addictions. And this weekend, it's really up to you, bro. It's up to you. It's up to you to make the choices this weekend if you're going to continue to follow the same path that you've been following and get the same results you've been getting, or to switch things up, get uncomfortable, make the sacrifices, and get new results. Peace.